think you're muted. There we
Yes.
go.
Good good afternoon. Today, very happy to welcome Grace Patterson, artist, actress from America, talking to us from Texas. How are
Yeah,
you, Grace? How is
I'm
everything?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Thank you very much for joining the live.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Tell me, I see you already from Texas,
Yeah.
and I wanted to know how did you start your interest in becoming an artist and model, and what did you do since your childhood and teen years until you traveled to, I think, California right now.
Mhm. Yeah, I live in California currently. I'm just home for Thanksgiving. So I actually like live basically on a farm. We have like 50 acres. We have like llamas, longhorns. And so growing up, I was kind of bored being on the farm. And so when I was 9, I asked my parents for a camera, a little handheld camera. And each week I would write with my cousin, who's like my neighbor. We would write a short film. And I'm the oldest of four. She's the middle child of four. So we have basically like a production team, like 8 siblings all together. So we would
Really?
bully our siblings to like help us make our short films during the weekend. So write it during the week, shoot it on the weekend, edit it, and then
Yeah.
we would have premieres for our parents and charge them money and like make T-shirts for our films. And it's just like how I spent my whole childhood was making home movies, and they're so bad, but like so funny to look back on. But I would say
Yes.
my interest started like pretty young at 9, and so I knew for sure it was what I wanted to do. And even they were paving my driveway when I was like 11, and I wrote Grace Loves Hollywood, and it's still there in the pavement. But it's crazy because I had never even been to Hollywood, but it was just inside of me.
And tell me, how did you decide to move to another state and leave Texas? And what did you do there? Because I know in California, it is very competitive to
Right.
venture into arts and entertainment.
Yeah. So like I wanted to move when I was young. I would always make my parents PowerPoints trying to convince them why I deserved to move to California. And they were like, no, you're one of 4 siblings. We can't pick up our life to help you do that. And so I'd kind of like given up on my dream a bit. I went to the University of North Texas. I studied broadcast. I was a professional cheerleader for the Dallas Stars, if anybody's a hockey fan. And I had my whole life here. I was about to graduate college. I was a professional cheerleader. Like it definitely looked on the outside like I had it. I had it all going on, but like deep down, I was really sad and I knew that I really wanted to give this a shot. And so a producer I'd worked with asked me to come do a small role in his movie. It was like 2 pages, it was just like a 1 day shoot. And I remember being so mad that I had to do it. I was like, oh, like I'm done with acting. Like I kind of like hated acting because I just wanted to do it so bad, but I was so scared of it. And so, anyways, I went to go do like the 1 day shoot. I had to leave early for stars rehearsal. And I got in the car to drive to practice. And I literally just started sobbing. And I was like, I have to go to California. Like, that was the most fun I've had in so long, being on set just for a couple hours. Like, I have to go give this a shot or I'm going to regret it the rest of my life. So as soon as I graduated, I just packed up my things and I went. Everybody told me not to. Literally everybody in the industry told me not to. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I don't care. I have to go try this out. And I am so glad that I did. And I did not listen to anybody's opinion.
You remember which year you did your move?
Yeah, 2019. So I was only there for less than a year before the pandemic hit, actually.
Yes. But I seen before that you did a lot of short films, right?
I did. I definitely worked in the Dallas market growing up because I got an agent when I was about 12 and did indie films and commercials, but I was juggling it along with school and dance, and I did semi-pro cheer. I danced for my college team. Like it was just one of my many things. It wasn't like I got to put my full energy into it. And so I wanted to see what would happen if I gave it my full energy. And within the 3 years I've been in California, I don't know, I think I've done like 25 movies or something. So like giving it my full energy definitely has paid off.
Yes, but I want to ask you before moving to California, you told me you have many brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
and your parents. What did they think when they started to watch you on your films in Texas?
Yeah, now they believe in me. Like they used to think I was very very crazy. Like I definitely did not have everyone on board in my family. But now they totally believe in me, which is honestly crazy. And now I still struggle with that too. When people believe in me, I get very very excited, and but then I'm like, okay, a lot of people are gonna believe in me at this point. It's just like a childhood thing since nobody did believe in me. I still think subconsciously like no one believes in me. But yeah, they're super proud and excited for me.
Mm-hmm. And arriving in California, I know many stories, of course, about artists like yourself, and we watch many films and television series about, a girl trying to go to California, Los Angeles, Hollywood, and try to venture into acting. And what did you do yourself? Did you try to look for an agent first, or for an apartment, a roommate?
Yeah. All of the above. I had signed a lease before I actually made the move. So I did that. And then I had lined up like the day that I got there, I had four agency meetings. I had lined up agency meetings like back to back, and they were all like bad agents. Like I'm not with any of those people anymore. So I did that, but it's all a learning lesson, like I had to figure out how to get the right demo reels. So I had paid for demo reel scenes that weren't good, and I kept having to rework it. I tried to do different acting coaches. But how I kind of got my start in Lifetime movies, which is a good lesson for anybody listening who's in entertainment, is usually good work doesn't go unnoticed and usually comes back around. I had auditioned for a producer back when I was in Texas when I was like 18 for this like indie horror film, and he had kept tabs on me and saw that I was a professional cheerleader. And so they were doing a Lifetime movie called Killer Cheerleader, and he asked me to choreograph the routines for the movie. And I was like, hey, if you give me a role in the movie, then I'll choreograph. And so I die in that movie. And then they did Pom Pom Murders after, and I was like, hey, I want a bigger role. So I like live a little bit longer, but I still die in that movie. But I got to choreograph the cheers for that. And then also I got to, because a lot of the indie films, they're not like released. So I had all these movies that no one could really watch, and those were my first two movies that are like, hey, this is on this is on a network, this is on DirecTV, this is on Amazon, this is on Lifetime. So that was really exciting for me. So that connection came back around, which I think I've seen a lot in this industry, and I think that's, if you ever feel down, like my hard work's going unnoticed, like know that it's not,
Yes, I see you have some stuff coming up like Vindication
Yes.
and Deadly Sheer Mom.
Yes.
This is coming up, or we can look them up in a remote network.
Yes, I have a couple coming out soon. I have Twisted Sister, I just shot in Kentucky. That will be coming to Lifetime. I have Spring Break Nightmare that I shot in Clearwater, Florida this February that will be coming on Lifetime. I did a sci fi indie film, Reflect. I'm not totally sure where we're going to sell that to, but that will be out. I did a comedy in Serbia called Slaughterhouse, which is a fun sorority movie with a sloth. And that one will probably be coming out early this coming year. And then I just wrapped one in Glen Rose, Texas. It was my second film with Eric Roberts that I did just with a doctor
Great.
order with him. Yeah.
Yes, Eric Roberts does maybe 10 films a year. I don't know.
Oh, he does like way more. He does so many movies, but it was so fun working with him. He's like the most laid back guy ever. Like you would
Yes.
never guess that he's a celebrity just because he's like eating ice cream. Like he's just like hanging with everybody. He's so laid back. He's so cool.
Yes, believe it or not, I met him in the backstage when I visited Los Angeles
Oh
of
my god.
the Jimmy Kimmel Tonight Show.
What?
They filmed the Tonight Show at 3 p.m. and they broadcast it maybe 8 or 9 p.m. Later on, and he was coming with his dog, and also was in the backstage. Also was Mickey Rourke as well.
Oh my gosh,
So
that's so
met
cool.
them both. It was like 9 years ago or something like that. Yeah.
Wow, were they were both so nice, right?
But few people knew that Eric Roberts is brother of Julia Roberts. I don't know. It's not a very common knowledge. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think people
Yeah,
really know. Yeah.
yeah. And Grace, tell me, I've seen that you've been like co-founder of a company. It's called Bad Case. What do you like to do through this company?
Yeah, so I launched a women's loungewear company with my best friend, Christy Fisher. We actually met here in
Uh,
Dallas, cheering for the
really?
semi-pro team I did. Yeah, and I convinced her to move to Los Angeles with me. I was like, "Throw your stuff in my U-Haul. We're going, sister. Come on." And she was like, "I don't know." And she put like one thing in the U-Haul, and I'm like, "Well, I guess you have to come now." So she moved out with me, and yeah, about a year ago, we decided to launch a loungewear company. So it's been a year in the works. We just launched this August. So it's very new. And we
Mhm.
actually just went on,
Yeah.
it's similar to Shark Tank. It's called Elevator Pitch. And our episode airs
Yeah.
December 21st. And I can't say
Uh-huh.
exactly what happened on the show, but we took Bad Kiss on the show and it went really well. I can't probably give like
Yeah.
more detail than that. But we're very
Uh-huh.
new. But I mean, we got it on Ann Winters, who's on 13 Reasons Why. We sent product to Britney Spears. I was just like emailing her agent. I'm trying to like
Great.
figure out like what she thinks of our product. It's definitely takes up
Yes.
a lot of my time when I'm not filming, but it's so worth it. I'm really passionate about fashion and comfort. So yeah.
Yes. Yes. And of course, you're with the family. Happy Thanksgiving. It's
Yes.
coming up today in 2 days. What I want to ask you, do you have certain hopes, aspiration for the new year? Something you want to realize next year? What can you share with us?
Yeah, I love that. I have a lot of things I'm working on for this coming year that I want to do. One thing is I'm implementing reading one book a week. That's something I want to do.
Great.
I
Uh-huh.
want to officially launch my own production company, Hollywood Monster Productions, and start producing my own films. One thing people don't know about me is I'm also a writer. I actually have a publishing
Great.
deal for a poetry book that I wrote. So my deadline
Excellent.
for that, yeah, it's is in December, so that will be in Barnes and Noble next year. I'm working on a memoir that's almost done too, so I'll be getting a publishing deal on that. I've written multiple screenplays. I wrote a TV show about the dark sides approach here that I pitched to HBO Max and Amazon. I'm
Great.
really passionate about multiple aspects of the industry, and so I really want to expand my knowledge in that this coming year and show people that I'm not just a blonde little actress. Like I'm coming for all of Hollywood, and people should be a little scared.
This is great. I'm happy that you started very early to do your own writing, to create your own project. This is very great and at a very early age. And you know, all of the successful stars in Hollywood did so, you know.
Yeah,
For example, in the 60s, 70s, Clint Eastwood, when he started to become a well-known star, he started his own production company, Malpaso, and you notice it's Neiman most of his films, you know.
yeah,
And Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, when they started to do independent films and did Good Will Hunting, they started to do so. So this is great. I'm very happy that you know how to manage your work at a very early stage of your career.
thank you. Yeah, that's one thing I notice is the people that make it. It's not usually luck or being discovered on the street. It's people that don't give up, and every time they get pushed down, like they get back up and keep fighting. And what makes a winner is not how you win; it's how you
Yeah,
lose. And so I definitely know that, and I'm not giving up, and I'm willing to put in as many hours as it takes to get to where I want to be. And I think that answers any of the questions. You know what I mean? Like I'm coming, I'm gonna keep getting back up every single morning, 4 a.m., my 4 a.m. grind, hustling to get stuff done. Because people are a lot of talk in Hollywood. I'm like, okay, I'm not listening to you
Yes,
anymore. Like, you're just doing this, and I need you to, like, do this. Let's go.
great. Excellent, Grace. Grace, I want to thank you very, very much for being alive. I hope you enjoyed the week with your family, Thanksgiving in Texas. And I look forward to talk to you again when you start to launch a new film, a new book, your poetry. Looking forward to it, to talk more in
Yes, I
details
would love to
about
come
it.
back on your show.
Thank you very much, Grace. Have a lovely afternoon in Texas. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You too.
Take care. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.
Bye.